कुछ पब्लिक स्पीकर्स जो हैं वो स्टेज पे, बहुत अच्छे पब्लिक स्पीकर्स भी स्टेज पे जाने से पहले बड़े एंग्जाइटी में होते हैं, बड़े प्रेशर में होते हैं. तो कुछ लोग ये करते हैं कि स्टेज पे जाने से पहले ना दे गेट सो एंक्शियस दैट दे गो एंड प्यूक and then they get comfortable because they don't want a false start. So a good thing about starting with electricity shutdown is that the only way to go for me is up. The worst things have already happened. So I'm going to make a case about education technology and why we need more people to come as founders, more people to fund it, and more people to fail while doing the experiments. मेरा नाम हसान है और मैं सबक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में काम करता हूँ और मैंने उसको फाउंड किया था. और उसके अलावा हमारी एक और ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है मूनशॉट स्टूडियो, जिसमें हम एनिमेशंस और मीडिया प्रोडक्शन एक्सपोर्ट करते हैं. पाकिस्तान के अंदर बहुत सारे मसाइल हैं जिनके हम बात करते हैं, मगर एक जो बहुत बड़ा मसला है वो ये कि पाकिस्तान, अल्लाह का शुक्र है कि हमेशा से पिछले 20, 25, 30 साल से, जब से मैं बड़ा होता आ रहा हूँ, ग्लोबली बहुत ही अनकम्पेटिटिव है. आप किसी भी ग्लोबल कंपेटिटिव इंडेक्स को उठा के देख लें, पाकिस्तान हमेशा बॉटम 5 में रैंक करता है. और किसी भी सेक्टर को उठा के देख लें, हम बड़ा प्राइड करते हैं कि इस फीफा वर्ल्ड कप में पाकिस्तान की फ़ुटबॉल यूज़ हुई, मगर पिछले 30 साल से पाकिस्तान की फ़ुटबॉल फीफा वर्ल्ड कप में यूज़ हो रही है. मगर उसके बावजूद पाकिस्तान में स्पोर्ट्स इक्विपमेंट मैन्युफैक्चरिंग की इंडस्ट्री ने 10x ग्रो नहीं किया. और इसके अलावा टेक्सटाइल की अगर हम बात करें तो टेक्सटाइल के सेक्टर में पाकिस्तान की टेक्सटाइल इंडस्ट्री ने $10 to $12 बिलियन कंसिस्टेंटली पिछले 10 साल में इतनी ही एक्सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं, ग्रो नहीं कर रहे. जिसके कंपैरिजन में बहुत सारी ऐसी कंट्रीज़ हैं हमारे रीजन में जिन्होंने बहुत तेज़ी से ग्रो किया. पाकिस्तान जस्ट डज नॉट rank positively when we compete internationally. We don't have the right skill set to globally export our services, export our products. And one of the biggest reasons for that is our nation collectively just does not have the skills, does not have the knowledge, does not have the experience, does not have the talent that it can compete at a global stage. And that is an unfortunate situation. Learning poverty की अगर बात करें, पाकिस्तान के स्कूल्स के अंदर जो लर्निंग क्राइसिस है, some of my fellow EdTech founders and folks who work in the EdTech space, they understand it better than me, that पाकिस्तान के अंदर स्कूल्स में लर्निंग क्राइसिस इतना इंटेंस है कि वर्ल्ड बैंक की रीसेंट स्टेटिस्टिक के मुताबिक schools के अंदर 79% of students, 79%, that's 4 out of every 5 students, studying in a grade 5 level class is not able to do grade 2 level reading, Urdu में या English में, and grade 2 level mathematics. That means somebody who's sitting at grade 5 is really at a grade 1, grade 2, grade 3 level. And this is consistent across, thankfully, or I'm being sarcastic, in public schools, private schools, except for the 10% elite schools where the cost of schooling or education is a bit too high. Then the students who are not in school, that crisis continues to grow bigger. अगर आप देखें पाकिस्तान में 68 मिलियन, तकरीबन 7 करोड़ ऐसे बच्चे हैं जो 5 से 15 साल की उम्र के हैं, और ये हमारी फ्यूचर जनरेशन है. यहाँ 68 मिलियन में से 18 से 20 मिलियन, तकरीबन 2 करोड़ बच्चे, यानी कि अगर 20 करोड़ 22 करोड़ की पॉपुलेशन है, उसमें से 2 करोड़ बच्चे ऐसे हैं जो स्कूल ही अटेंड नहीं कर रहे हैं. या तो वो ग्रेड 5 के बाद आउट ऑफ स्कूल हो जाते हैं, या ग्रेड 2 के ग्रेड 3 या ग्रेड 4 के बाद they stop continuing their education. Or one of the reasons is they're just not learning in school, or teachers and other educators are not helping them continue their education. We also have a severe shortage of workforce and skilled workforce talent. One of the biggest challenges that any organization that tries to export products or services that it runs into is not having enough talent at the right price point. So for you to be competitive globally, you need to deliver a good product, a better product or service at a competitive rate compared to other regions, especially emerging markets like India, Thailand, Vietnam. And Pakistan just does not fare positively when we look at our regional competitors in this space. So the reason is that our talent that comes out of school, comes out of colleges, comes out of universities, does not have ready to work, ready to employable, ready to be deployed talent that can help whatever organization is hiring them compete at a global stage. So what is the solution? The only solution to Pakistan's continuous economic woes, जिसके लिए हम बात करते हैं कि पाकिस्तान एक नाजुक दौर से गुजरा है, हम 30 साल से यही सुनते आ रहे हैं कि पाकिस्तान एक नाजुक दौर से गुजरा है, और इसकी रीज़न ये है कि हमारी जो complete national population hai that is not being trained, that is not being educated, that is not being skilled, and those who have the skill set are not being upskilled to continue to compete at a global stage. And the only solution is that we invest more in education, we invest more in skilling, we invest more in upskilling. Physical schools. A lot of people make the argument that we need to build more schools. Let me give you a case study. One of the biggest organizations globally, not just in Pakistan, that has the most number of schools in the private sector is the Citizens Foundation. तकरीबन 25 साल पहले पाकिस्तान के eminent businessmen, industrialists and philanthropists got together and they said that we want to reimagine education at a school level for low-income communities. They built and started building schools. Now they have close to 1,500 schools. 1,500 schools, close to 350,000 students that are attending. And they do a phenomenal job in terms of how they train their teachers, how they build schools, how they keep a consistent quality across all of their campuses. Magar 25 saal mein, some of the best people got together, some of the best amount of funding. They have funding chapters in the US, in Canada, in Europe, everywhere. And they collect more than $15 to $20 million of funding that goes only to build new schools or continue supporting the existing schools they have. What's the result? 3 से 3.5 लाख बच्चे प्रोड्यूस हो रहे हैं. 3 से 3.5 लाख बच्चे कंपेयर टू 7 करोड़ बच्चे. 7 करोड़ बच्चे हैं जो 5 to 15 years की स्पेस में हैं और कितने बच्चे प्रोड्यूस हो रहे हैं? 3.5 लाख. और कितने लोगों ने प्रोड्यूस किए? Some of the best minds got together. For how many years? 25 years. Just multiply that. If we need to have the education solution through schools, we need at least 25 of TCFs. That is only for kids in the private school space. अगर हम public school को reimagine करें at a TCF scale, we need 50 of TCF-like organizations to come to Pakistan, or at least work in Pakistan. It just does not seem possible. So building physical schools will not solve the challenge, or improving physical school education will not solve the problem of skilling, educating, and training in Pakistani students. A curriculum made for the 20th century. आज की दुनिया में जो 4 skills की बात होती है, creativity, critical thinking, collaboration and communication, जैसे हम 21st century skills कहते हैं, वो skills पाकिस्तान के schools में नहीं पढ़ाई जाती. हम पाकिस्तानी students को उन skills के around curriculum को revise नहीं कर रहे. हमारा जो most recent curriculum edition है, single national curriculum, वो curriculum also falls short of introducing these concepts, even at the document level, let alone talk about practice in schools. So even at the document stage, we're not documenting, we're not thinking about what skills our workforce needs. And mind you, Pakistan, Marcellus, is doing really well when it comes to population increase. हम 5th largest country हैं. Some people say that we will be the 4th largest country in the world in the next 15, 20 years. What are we doing with the large population base that we have? Not much when it comes to the curriculum. Assessments. If the curriculum isn't good, then the assessments is even worse. Why? Because we still focus on memorization of concepts. अगर आज 10th, 12th grade के exams को उठा के देखें, science और physics के exam में पूछा जाता है कि explain the second law of thermodynamics. Nobody is interested in asking students to apply the concept of entropy or chaos. And what it means, that entropy is constantly increasing, which is the essence of the second law of thermodynamics. उसकी application जब तक हम understand नहीं करेंगे, then we will not be able to expect those students to deploy those skills or that knowledge that they're building. Classrooms, there are warehouses, and that's a fact. आपने तस्वीरें देखी होंगी, बहुत सारे ऐसे ghost schools हैं जहाँ पे लोग अपना livestock park करते हैं. बहुत सी ऐसे classrooms हैं जो कि storage के तौर पे इस्तेमाल होती हैं. Just in Sindh, there are 42,000 public schools, जिसमें से recent conversation थी कि 14,000 schools को बंद कर देना चाहिए. Why? Because वो single room schools हैं, उनका infrastructure बना हुआ है, वहाँ पे कोई पढ़ाई नहीं होती, वहाँ पे ghost teachers हैं. Colleges that graduate the unemployable. Recent statistic पाशा का है कि 25,000 students IT graduates हर साल पाकिस्तान से graduate होते हैं. और जितनी भी IT companies हैं, they are saying कि less than 20% of them are immediately employable. बाकी लोगों को उनको 6-6 महीने train करना पड़ता है. So that's the investment that the companies are making. Universities are not graduating students that are ready to be deployed on active projects, either local projects or international projects. So what do we need? We need serial founders. Yes, there are one-time, first-time founders, a lot of people in the States, but I am making a case that we need people who have done really well in other industries. You know, somebody who has cracked the model of retail commerce, the Imtiaz and the Hajis and you know, other big retail stores. The entrepreneurs and the founders who build those businesses, who crack the model in other verticals, we want them to come and take a crack at it in the EdTech space as well. I'm saying, dear elites, just sell 2 plots. They'll give you $1 million. $500,000, 10-11 crore का plot बिकता है. $1 million के पीछे जो VCs होते हैं, they interviewed 150 people and they give them $50,000 का first check because nobody wants to take that risk. They want to park the money in real estate. Yes, the elite capture exists in all countries, not just in Pakistan. Even in China, the elite capture exists. The only difference is that Pakistan's elite is more interested in safe bets. We need to incentivize the elites to take heavier, riskier bets and invest in the thing that will help not just them, but every other future entrepreneur who wants to build a big business in Pakistan. That is skilling, training, educating the young population. And finally, failures will be the foundation over which new solutions will be built. I'm in EdTech space for about 6 years. I cannot say that I've been very successful. We have done some good things, but we have failed miserably and terribly at 3 or 4 experiments that we have done. But we're still going at it. Why? Because it's not that I can build any other business that can be successful unless we fix the problem. The main problem is our talent base is just not there. It's very, very limited. So if we build big businesses, there are only 5,000, 10,000, 40,000 students that are graduating that will help build serial big businesses. We need to grow that number by 10x. Thank you so much.